talk about going to UCLA and what challenges do they present?
Oh well, they get really good players. I mean, obviously, Steve does a tremendous job. Every year, they just keep replenishing their talent base. They get a mix of younger, older guys, but their two seniors are just excellent players, Holiday and Welsh. So for them, it all starts with those guys. But yeah, I think they're still a team like last year that they can score in bunches, especially at home. So that's a concern. You know, I think that at some point in their home games, it seems like they always go on a 15-0 run. So that's probably my biggest concern with them is, you know, they really never play anybody that's not a really good offensive player. They can hurt you in some way. So, you know, just whenever you're on the road, you're concerned about a team getting on a run in their own gym, making shots, getting out in transition. So those are the things that, you know, they've brought to the table the last few years. This year is no different. They just don't have the circus show around them this year.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
How did this game come about? Was it after the tournament last year?
I'd probably have to go back and ask Mark on that. You know, like I say again, we're always trying to get to home and homes.
Right.
With, you know, the top 20 so-called programs in the country, and I think it was more. Steve and I are friends, but I think it was more operations people that got this one done. And it's just, I think the timing fit is, sometimes it's just, you're both looking for a good game on a certain date. And CBS obviously involved in this one. So, you know, TV involved, timing's right. You know, more so than just Steve and I saying, hey, you want to play. Like, it was more so the other stuff.
They'll be here next year?
Yeah, yeah.
You'll be playing at, obviously, Paulie Pavilion. Have you ever been there yourself?
Not for a game. Summertime, but not for a game.
Okay. What about playing in air with, obviously, you got 11 national title banners up there looking down on you? And is that
I think as a coach, you know, I always used to, we were spoiled back in the day playing in Madison Square Garden all the time. That you have to realize for your players, all this is an experience of a lifetime for your players. That standing here talking to you guys gets old for me at times. I'm just kidding, Gresh. I love talking to you. But, you know, for your players, it's an experience. Whether it's the Cayman Islands, the NCAA tournament, New York, LA, whatever the case may be. You know, it's things they're going to remember the rest of their life. So for that part of it, you know, I think that's great for the guys.
Coach, a little adversity, losing those two games. What are you finding out about the leadership of the team through that stretch?
Well, I thought I challenged Gary, Kyle, and Jacob. I said, look, you know, we're not going to win these kind of games, especially early in the year, if you guys don't play well. So, you know, last game I thought Kyle and Jacob scored the ball, but Gary was probably our best player. He had 18 deflections, which I think is a record for me. And it was his effort was so good that we actually made a highlight tape of his effort to show the players. So, you know, I think that right now that's what's going to have to happen. That for us to win against UCLA, those three are going to have to play well. And whatever contributions we get around them, you know, I think it could come and go. Kane and Justin, you know, Jaron's still getting used to playing extended minutes, the freshman. So we got to hang our hat on those three guys right now in the elite games. And you know, I was happy that they all showed up the way they did against Mississippi State.
What about off the floor as far as that leadership side?
These guys are great. They're great guys. We have tremendous guys on this team. So almost too nice at times. So I have to remind myself that Jacob plays better when I get after him. But it's hard because Jacob and Gary rarely make a defensive mistake. They always hustle. So I almost have to make myself find a reason to get mad at Jacob and light a fire under him.
Yeah.
Because he's just the type of guy that sometimes you have to light the fire for him. So, you know, it all goes with it. But we're still progressing. And, you know, this is going to be a great experience for us. Obviously, we're looking at it as a chance to get a big win. You know, it's an opportunity to get a big win. And I thought we were going to need some chances. But it looks like our league's a lot better this year, which would give us a chance to get quality wins within the league, which last year we didn't really have that.
You mentioned Jaron a few minutes ago. He seems to have struggled at least recently. Is it just a matter of, like you said, getting used to playing more minutes?
He's still a young guy, you know. I think that being there's no substitute for experience, and it's a process. That's the hardest part, I think, for people to understand. They see a guy play one good game, and they think he's going to play that way all the time, and it's really rare for a young player. So I think it's just him continue to get extended minutes, understand that rest, your nutrition, and things like that are going to affect you, that you can't be who you were in high school. It's a lot harder to play extended minutes in college than it was in high school. It's a lot harder to be a consistent scorer. There's just a lot more that goes into it. So he's going through that right now, and you can't speed it up. You just, as much sometimes as a coach as you'd like to speed the process up, just like Kane and Justin are going through what they're going through the last few games.
Gary hasn't been as efficient in the post and in the paint. Just a lot more attention being paid to him.
Double team.
Being physical with him too. Just adjusted to that.
You know, I tried to address some things with the head of officials, things that go on before he catches the ball. But the last two teams, they were trying to double him every time he got the ball. So facing a lot of double teams.
Teams are being a little more physical with him too, it seems like.
Yeah, but you know, when you're getting doubled every time you touch the ball by, you know, Florida and Mississippi State, you got to be a passer, and you got to go rebound, and he did in both games. Yeah. So, you know, he's doing everything he can, I think.
How many? You said you usually like 40 deflections as a team.
40.
What'd you have the other night?
41. Our defensive effort was tremendous. You know, I thought if we'd have shot the ball well, just on open looks, we could have blown that game really wide open. We missed a lot of wide open shots. But that happens, and it just is. It's part of the game.